Hi folks! At home today in the garden doing some stuff. I have some harvesting to do. I have tomato plants that I have to prune up and make some supports for because we went fishing, remote fishing for a few days, and Ontario Prepper and his son Riley were here. It was a blast. Came back and the garden just went crazy, so I have stuff to do today. And I don't want Green Thumb Prepper to give me heck with my tomato plants like he did last year. So I'm gonna take you on a little garden tour, and you're gonna think that I'm like the zucchini queen, the queen of the zucchinis. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. I'm loving it. Even my neighbors are like, "What are you growing over there?" Because I remember, I'm growing in the front yard too, right? I ripped up part of the lawn because who needs grass? We don't eat grass, so. I think that this is going to be the plan for next year. Is there's going to be no grass at all. We're just going to turn it all into garden, like food forest. So yeah, come and check it out if you're interested in seeing what I got growing on here. So got some beautiful cucumbers that need to go and get pickled. A couple more there too. Garden tour. And the pollinators are doing their work. If you'll remember, we tilled up part of our front lawn. And so this is what it's looking like now. It's just done incredibly well. Too many plants in one spot though? Yeah, probably. I do this every year though. So we got some nice, beautiful zucchini in there. Bees doing their thing. So this zucchini can come off, and then it'll allow for these ones to get bigger and grow more. Another big zucchini that can be harvested. Got another one over here starting. And then female flower here. That one probably got pollinated already. There we go, there's a bee. Got some little mushrooms in here. I have no idea what they are. I have a couple of books I could probably check out. Some garden decor Gidget brought for me. 2 more zucchinis in there. A big yellow zucchini here. What? It is crazy. I know, it is crazy. Yeah. He's over there singing that we got it growing on. There's another zucchini. Yellow zucchinis. Oh, yum. Now we're getting to the Hopi squash section. And, yeah. Wow. You gotta be in there. So that new Hopi is getting pollinated right now. Little Hopi back in there. Another one starting there. It's so thick in here I can't even walk. I grew Hopis last year, but only one plant, so there's one way back in there too. This thing has gone crazy. Here's that cocoa bean plant. I apologize for the light. But it's just gorgeous. Really neat plant. And the Hopi's gonna be going onto my neighbor's driveway here soon, so gotta move it and train it. Those tendrils have to be attached to something else. We got some raspberries. Pick these. Raspberries. This was an existing plant here just around an old stump, so as the years go by, it'll produce more. I just won't be able to put as much plants around it because, yeah, it's kind of got overtaken by the Hopis. More zucchini in here. 2 big ones that can be harvested. One right there, one right here, and then 2 small ones. A whole bunch of male flowers, no females. You can eat the blossoms, fry them up, turn them into a dessert, or stuff them with some cheese and whatnot. Small Hopi starting here. And there's more all throughout. Hopis and tomato patch. Yeah. Plants sneaking out from under the fence. Here's the Hascat berry plant that Gord gave us. Another one back there. And here's a whack of those little mushrooms. Sunflowers doing nicely. Those will be for the birds. I do not know if these are edible. I will check in my book. It's got to be from all of this mulch that we picked up for free. Like an ideal habitat. Under here it's like a little forest. And for the tomato plants, all I do is go in here and pluck out these little suckers. Okay, this is in the front little flower garden. Nothing happening on this plant yet. Oh, yeah, we got a fruit, a zucchini. Got some yarrow. Excellent medicinal plant. Zucchini here. Beautiful male flower. All of the hostas are in bloom. Another zucchini. Remember, these were the 2 free plants that we picked up at the recycling place, and we were saying that we thought this was going to be a pumpkin. We thought it was going to be a pumpkin, and I think it is going to be a pumpkin plant. And there's another little baby right here. And this is the Hugo culture garden. Basically, I got a couple Hopis in here, and all the milkweed is going to seed. A lot of this milkweed can come out of here. I just want it to be raspberries pretty much now going forward, because milkweed takes over everything. Hi, Stinker. Hi, Stinker. That being said, our potatoes are doing really, really well. Get over here. Get over here. Hi. Hi. Stinker. More potatoes, and the Hopi is climbing upward to get the light. Nothing happening on this one yet. All the columbine gone to seed. And yeah, we don't really maintain this thing, but I'm going to do a little bit of work. And you can hear the seeds falling. That'll just spread. And we don't water this garden. Hugo culture garden, if you don't know what it is. I'll put a little link right up here. And before we get to the back garden, got some beautiful flowers here happening. Lobelia and baby's breath. The baby's breath I did from seed, and it's just gorgeous. And then of course marigolds. Keep the seeds inside here. It's all seeds. You can grow them next year. It's the same thing with your Gerber daisies, the same thing. That's all seeds. So you don't have to buy any flowers next year. So we're on the deck, and I have all of these in the grow bags. I picked a whole bunch of cucumbers yesterday, and I did pickling, mad pickling and pressure canning yesterday. Got a few more on there. Beautiful. I don't know. Here's the eggplant. I tell you, we don't have the growing season for eggplant here, but they're doing okay, I think. And then I had some basil come back in this, and I'm just going to leave it in there. So I harvested some more sweetgrass the other day, and I've been bringing the seeds home to plant, and it's doing pretty good in this pot. So I'm anxious to see what it's going to do next year. That's a weed. More cukes. Picked a bunch yesterday, pickled up, and beans. Picked a bunch yesterday too. We've done 3 or 4 harvests now of the beans from this one, and the raised beds in the back. More beans, and more beans in these planters too. This year I just started a spinach crop. I'm not certain what that is. Started spinach in here because I had a tomato plant that went really funky looking, so I talked to GTP about it, and then I just decided to keep one as an experiment. So we had 2 of the tomato plants that went very strange. They almost went like leather-like, but I just left this one in the shade, and it's actually got a lot of new growth, so I think it's going to produce some fruit. Kale is doing nicely, considering one of the chickens got on the deck and ate half of it. So And the herb planter that Alex made for me is doing beautiful. Oregano, some peppers back here, basil, mojito mint, got some cilantro, looks like it's going to be flowering soon, that's good. Some hot peppers, jalapenos, rosemary, beautiful parsley, chives, my thyme I got into yesterday when I was doing my pickling, and just garden back here, flowers. Lilies are almost done. I just usually go and pluck these off. Daylilies, they only last a day. There's Gordina, the culprit who ate the kale. Oh, here they come. Hi, Gretch. BBs. Phyllis. Scap. Nothing happening on this zucchini. Hascap. Not sure what that is. Got some yellow raspberries that are going to be ripe soon. This was the plant that I bought last year. Doing okay, but eventually it's just going to take over, which is going to be awesome. Oh, and caged in too because the animals like to snack on the leaves. This is some type of currant bush. I bought this last year too. It's not producing any fruit, but it's kind of a pain. It's like oddly long and tends to want to lean over. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this thing. Another currant bush that did not produce any fruit. It's got some sort of a damage to it. It could be from the dog peeing on it. I don't know. Zucchini. Nothing happening here. Maybe not enough sun. Elderberry that Gord gave to us last year. Doing really, really well. So I'm thinking that next year it'll probably produce some fruit. But doing okay. These were those little tiny ground cherry plants that I bought, so those are doing very, very well. And look, we might actually get a ground cherry. Awesome. Another currant bush. No fruit yet. And on this one we have a yellow zucchini. This is the plant with the issue, but I just moved it away from everything else. So yeah, it's producing fruit. So I said in a post it was the year of the currant, so I picked all the currants off this one. It did really well, but see, this currant has damage too, so I'm kind of wondering, does anyone else have this problem with currant bushes? And this is just a beautiful plant Alex picked up on the side of the road, and it actually goes to sleep at night and they just close back up. It's really intriguing. I'll see if I can find the name. Okay. Oh boy, now we get to the big garden. Yikes. Okay, so I knew I put too many Hopi squash plants in here. Look at the size of these leaves. So we have a whole bunch of Hopis growing in there, and there's more zucchini plants. Stuff just does not have enough room. And I knew it. I do this every year. And we got some tomatoes happening in the middle. I'm not even gonna bother hopping in there because it's just insanely dense. So there's a Hopi there. Got some dill happening and some Chinese lettuce. That's a weed. Got some lettuce gone to seed too, so that's good. And this is all of the romaine. So this can be harvested today. Romaine lettuce, more dill. These are all pepper plants. They're all really tall. Got some jalapenos down here. Just doing awesomely. But you can tell the Hopis are starting just to take over everything. And back here in this bed we have beets. The tops are edible. You can make a good borscht soup. I'm going to bring some to my neighbor today. She'll absolutely love that. And 3 different types of beets in there. Tomato plant doing really, really well. Starting to get some fruit blossoms here. Garlic is almost done. Spinach bolted pretty early. Still good though. I can harvest up today and start a new little crop. And the garlic is almost ready to be harvested too. And then these are the wild leeks that I put into this bed, and they're going to seed. More tomatoes. So we got Roma's happening. Beefsteaks happening. I put, what, 5 tomato plants in this? Yeah. Probably 3 would have been good. And this is all arugula. I've already dehydrated a whole bunch of the arugula. This can come out today as well. The rest of it, dehydrate it or can it, freeze it. We'll let some of it go to flower, go to seed. So we have seeds for next year. And this is the turnip patch. Doing pretty good. The climbing beans are actually starting to finally come out now. And yeah, I wanted more climbing beans this year, and that's what I bought, but I ended up with bush beans. So these ain't climbing. So I gotta get in here today and pick these. Look at this. That's just incredibly awesome. Beans galore. So you can see the turnip growing here. Alex got in here and fed some of the tops to the birds the other day. That's gonna be awesome. Totally awesome. Turnips. More amazing beans. Oh wow, we got some giant zucchini. Okay, I'm on it. Harvest time! Our rhubarb patch will be ready to be harvested soon too. More yarrow just growing naturally out of the crevice here, and that can be harvested. Our onions are getting overtaken by this crabgrass, but they're doing okay in here. Wow, more zucchinis. I think I'm gonna have a little sale in my front yard, like the Mennonites do. Holy cow. And got some banana peppers happening. Did really well last year too with peppers. Nothing happening on this one yet. Just some flowers. More banana peppers. Don't know what that plant is. Tomatoes. So this is the asparagus patch doing its thing. I put all those seeds that I got from Rich over at the old Swedes farm all in here. And this is where I put those puffball mushrooms that I found the other day. Tomatoes happening. And peas. You want to get these when they're nice and flat, and then you can eat the whole pod. Nice and tender, not stringy. This one here, you can open it up, bust the peas out. The pod's going to be super tough. You can also keep the peas for next year for growing. More peas, peas galore. And beans in here too. A little bit small. Leave those for another day. Not much happening with this zucchini. Got some zucchini happening down there. These are potatoes in our totes. Look at the foliage. Holy cow. That's our golden elderberry that we picked up beginning of the season. Doing amazing. You can tell the new growth and the different shades of the green. So this is going to be awesome for next year. Sunflowers. On our trellis we have morning glories, which should be starting to flower soon. And in here there's somewhere is a grape plant, which right here doing okay, but I gotta trellis it up. I haven't been back here in a few days. Everything's just gone crazy growing. And same thing here, morning glories that are gonna be just gorgeous when they flower. And the other grape plant is back here. So within a few years we'll be getting grapes, I think. Back here is just kind of like a rogue area, so we got some dill. And another zucchini plant, I want to say. Pumpkin plant, nothing happening. And a rogue tomato plant. It doesn't get much sun back here, so it's just, I kind of just let it do its own thing. This is some sort of a wildflower. Very pretty, has a nice smell too. So I just let this grow to see what it was. I didn't bother ripping it out thinking it's a weed, so actually a beautiful flower. Good for our pollinators. And more beans. So I got some harvesting to do, folks. And this has been my early August garden tour in Northern Ontario. Harvest up, grow good food. Thank you for watching. Here's the spinach I started last week too. Gotta space them out once they get a little bit bigger. And just gonna plunk in our empty spaces with more spinach. And Alex also has a project to do with carrots that he's gonna be starting, yeah, really late in the season. But he claims it's gonna work, so we will see. I'll give you an update on that when that happens. Oh, and don't forget your special herbs for medicine. I transplanted my chamomile into one of the raised beds, and it is flowering, so it's really, really liking this spot here. I'm hoping I can pick up some more seeds and get those in also, so we have more chamomile, because that's good. It's an awesome herb. So that's the garden tour, and I think I'm officially the zucchini queen. I'm going to show you what we harvested after I filmed that little bit. And it's really just incredible. I'm happy with the way things have gone this year in terms of growing. I am hoping that I can propagate and harvest some more beans and spinach. We have a very short growing season here. So let's see what we harvested. 1, 2, 3. And these things are heavy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pug's barking. 10, and that's not all. 11, and this is the Whopper. This is huge. This is, I think, the biggest in terms of circumference that I have ever grown. This is just amazing. And that wasn't even our first zucchini pick. We had picked some when Ontario Prepper in the summer here. If you haven't subscribed over there, go check him out. He's doing stuff. And beans. Whole pan full of beans. And my basket full of more beans, peas, and some more cubes that I found. And one that was stuck in the fence. So, yeah. Nothing better than homegrown. Keep on doing things, folks. Don't be afraid to garden, even if it's small. Like, I got so much extra room now, I'm thinking, that that grass has to go for next year. So what do you think I should do with all the zucchini? Yeah. Leave a comment. What do you think I should do with the zucchini? Because I can can it. I can make zucchini relish. You can make zucchini bread, loaves, whatnot. I can sell some. I could give some away. Let's see what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching. Garden tour. Northern Ontario. Northern Girl out.